overwhelming pressure from society.
There is no actual thought put into them.
Has said, "Oh, I'm vegetarian at Christmas." People have a small heart attack.
that's not eggnog, Callum.
Oh my god, I suck at algebra.
Like we were against Christmas on the it's like market green. I'm like, dying!
Yeah, I think so, Brandon. As soon as you change the settings, it worked a lot better.
Did it? Right, cool.
Yeah.
I think it was set to my max microphone, so it was coming through that.
Yeah, I think we had an issue at some point. I remember changing it or doing something. That's beautiful, no tricks.
I'm promoting the t-shirt. Hello.
Nice. Sorry to let us down.
There you go. First 30 seconds, no swearing. We've done really well. Anyway,
that was 30 seconds.
Oh my god, I hate doing introductory speeches, but here am I, no tricks, the bold and the fearless, doing that introduction speech. So tonight we're all together here for one sole purpose. If we can help anyone out there with being lonely on Christmas holidays, looking up stuff on YouTube and being surrounded with lots of videos saying, oh, Christmas podcast, oh, we're gonna talk about Christmas, oh, Christmas feasts and celebrating and all that stuff. This is gonna be the very place where someone could go to feel less lonely, because he would be surrounded by the lives of them.
She or there.
Oh my god, yes. All of them, everyone. They will be surrounded by the likes of theirs, who also know what it's like to be lonely and misunderstood on Christmas. So
I'm not sure if that was an insult.
Oh my god. Anyway. So we are here tonight.
She's implying that we're lonely.
We hate Christmas and we don't like this holiday, and we want to make those people who feel the same feel less lonely tonight. Anyway, so
also sounds like we're escorts.
That's beautiful.
Be yourself,
I'm
Matthew.
not, but you can speak for yourself. Anyway, the thing that I also wanted to discuss tonight is that while we were preparing the videos explaining why on earth we wrote that song called I Hate Christmas, there was a lot of things unsaid, because 1 minute is just simply not enough for you know, just explaining how we feel, and even the 3 minutes of the song isn't enough. So without further ado, Callum, would you mind if I start off with you?
Yeah.
So I like one of the lines that you wrote for the Christmas song, that says Christmas is carnage, and I know you're a vegetarian, and so is your father. So would you care to share more about how you feel about like Christmas from that perspective?
Yeah, I think that, to me, with Christmas, I'm just going to go on a mad tangent here because that's what I do.
That's what we're here for.
So I think that a lot of the issues to do with Christmas, like there's one half of it that's lovely and for kids and beautiful and magical and all that stuff. And then there's this other half of it that's like so rooted in tradition and so rooted in all of these things that we tried to address in the song. But like you said, we can't address all of it. But all of that tradition, like eating turkey, like all this traditional food, when you point out that you're vegetarian, it's like, from my experience, when anyone has said, oh, I'm vegetarian at Christmas, it's like people have a small like heart attack and panic attack, because it's like, but it's not a turkey, but it's not this, it's not that. And to me, it's kind of that thing where I just really care about animals, and I love like animals. I think animals are amazing and beautiful creatures, and that humans shouldn't use them as much. And I think everyone should, even if they don't want to be vegetarian, should consider eating less meat and consider, you know, caring about animals a lot more than I think we already do. And I think Christmas exemplifies it because it's like, you have to eat a turkey. You have to have like sausages wrapped in bacon. You have to have this. And like, I heard someone at work, like, oh, she's a lovely woman, but her Christmas dinner sounded extreme because I don't know where she's from. I think it's Poland. And I think what they do is they have 10 fish dishes or something like that. So it's like carp, tuna, all of this stuff. And to me, I was like, that's just overkill. There's going to be no fish left in the sea by the time that like you're done with it. But
Callum, what have you got against the Polish people?
I swear to God, I knew you were going to do this. I knew you were going to do this. I could see your face.
Did you confirm that information before you said it?
Hmm?
Did you confirm that information before you said it?
Cut
No.
Callum's entire section immediately.
There we go.
Do it all again.
That's
Eastern
why you're
European,
a
okay?
vegetarian.
Eastern European. We'll just.
I don't think there's anything wrong with like the traditional food and all of that stuff. I just think that it's a time of year where, like, also with like buying pets for Christmas and then, you know, discarding them when they get too big. There's like tons of running things that are like, you know, messing with animals and doing it all because it's like, oh, I want a puppy on Christmas Day. And then it's like, puppy gets too big, didn't consider it. They just thought it was a present. And now there's a living being that is now suffering because someone thought a puppy would be a cute present. So it's like that type of stuff.
Yeah.
You
It's
born
also-
on
it's
Christmas
also
by any
the-
chance, Callum.
Pardon?
I bet that's what Matthew's thinking right now.
What?
I didn't realise he wasn't just for Christmas.
Callum?
Yeah.
No, he fucking stuck around. I couldn't get rid of him. It was very annoying.
My mum arrived like, oh, I've got you a Christmas present. We're going to have a kid. And you're like, for a day? Just for a day?
Yeah, and then he threw up all over everyone. He never threw up or pissed all over me, boss. So I'm really proud of you for doing that, Callum. Thank you.
I think it's all also has to do with the whole like festive gluttony sort of thing.
Yeah.
Like Stone Cold Steve Austin will agree with me right now. Like, you know,
Is that too much eggnog?
swimming. Oh, is it eggnog? I think
Yeah,
No,
it
it's just
wasn't-
milk, but we'll
it's
pretend it's
milk.
eggnog.
No, but I
Yeah.
was like, I was alluding to Katy Perry here, like the thing that I saw.
Oh,
there,
right, okay, yeah.
Like Katy Perry bathing in tons of gallons of milk for some music video and stuff. It's like, come on.
But yeah, that was not what the
and she's an animal rights defender, like activist, and like it doesn't make any sense for Christmas. People tend to just forget, like, oh, whatever, it's Christmas, we'll just
You let round the uncle who touches kids. You let him into the house, and you're like, "Yeah, just don't misbehave this year." And
He
all
always
sorts of
does.
shit. Yeah,
He
you
always
let your grandma
does.
around who fights with your mum. You let every horrific thing happen. You let your parents get drunk in the afternoon and fall asleep during the kid's speech, and let what a queen or king's speech, and then let the kids play doing whatever they want.
Then you have
And
a
then
family,
you're eating, yeah,
a
go
family
on.
battle royale.
yeah.
as well,
And
just
then
to
you're
end the night.
eating the shit that you've cooked all day next day, and your mum's already thrown away a turkey from that day because she thought it was undercooked. She's got the neighbours round to check everything. You get told off if you even go into the front room before it's even 9 o'clock. Yes, I carried on that tradition for Callum.
Very specific.
Yeah, no, Christmas is horrible. Christmas is absolutely disgusting
I
and
think-
foul
I
and
think
disgusting and horrific and fucking
I think
vile.
chill. Yo, daddy, chill.
I think
Daddy,
that's
chill.
the actual format that we're gonna go with. We're all gonna, like, the three of us are gonna talk, and he's just gonna jump on. Yes, it's fucking horrible.
all the time.
Fucking horrible.
But yeah, I think that like a massive thing about Christmas is like, for me, it's like the hypocrisy of it. It's like this season that's meant to be about giving and, you know, being charitable and all of this stuff, but there's so much excess involved in it. It's like, oh yeah, spend a crap ton on presents, you know, cook this massive meal that, like you were saying, Dad, does not get eaten. And, you know, there's leftovers the next day, and then half of that stuff is then chucked out.
Yeah.
And, you know, while all that's going on, you've got homeless people who are freezing to death in streets. You've got kids who can't eat, and it's just this weird time of year where it's
Yeah,
like,
My favorite Christmas ever, Callum, was when we went and fed the homeless.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed. We went and volunteered and fed the homeless people and like helped them out and stuff. And then walking home that day on that Christmas day, that's the only Christmas day where I've actually been like, I'm happy today. And like it was 1, 2, 3 o'clock in the afternoon when we were walking home.
Yeah.
And then we went home and opened some presents, and I actually felt nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was like incredibly eye-opening.
Yeah, and then every motherfucker of the year after stole my fucking idea, so there were no fucking places left on the volunteer place, so I couldn't fucking go and volunteer. So I had another shit Christmas.
How have you managed
It's
to
almost like Fight Club, but with volunteering.
Everyone wants to be charitable.
What?
Yeah, no, it was really annoying.
Did I miss a link there? How is feeding the homeless like Fight Club? Do you feed them and then like fight them after?
No, he was going to Alcoholic Anonymous, like every group, every support group, and like
and another thing that pissed me off about Christmas, I went out for bike rides and stuff on Christmas Day because no one was around, and then the next year everyone was doing the exact same thing. Like, it was a day when I expected no one to be on the streets, and the year after they ruined it. So people are just ruining my Christmas no matter what. I figured this year we'd ruin other people's.
There we
I
go.
think by this time, the listeners of this little podcast already know who is the Grinch.
Yeah, Brandon.
Sorry. I'll try. I'll be better.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Let's go over to Brandon. Brandon, would you mind talking to us about the and that's where I forgot what exactly I was about to ask. No. Forced labor and false promises. Your part was like had a lot to do with the union of the
Viva la resistance! No, I mean, like, there was two sides to that, like, specific line. At first, they had, like, the image of, obviously, like, forced labor being, like, elves in the shop and cracking away making presents, but then it's also, like, parallel to the reality of, you know, thousands and thousands of people, you know, going from places where people are crammed into factories to places in more modern times, like Amazon. And that was the kind of imagery I was trying to, like, parallel a little with that.
Yeah.
Because, you know, you don't see the behind the scenes stuff that goes on as well. That's like the aspect I was trying to get at there a little bit with it. Whereas like at an industrial scale and like a capitalist scale, it's enormous and terrifying. So it's like trying to poke at that a little bit. Yeah. You thought I was just making references about the Easter Bunny. But no.
Oh yeah, I can actually ask about the Easter Bunny. I'm sorry, we're gonna.
Are we making an anti-Easter song as well?
I think we should. That was actually my pitch. I was just pitching like an anti-Easter Bunny song at the end of.
You just put it in so we couldn't avoid it.
I honestly forget about.
Are we in for a sequel?
Well, yeah, it's Christians next.
You're producing it, Brandon. Please.
The anti-Easter Bunny song.
Yes.
Not a Christian, anti-Christian song.
Yeah. I'm sure if we promote a song called "I Hate Bunnies," that'll go down a treat all around the world.
Could we not say "I hate Christians"?
That's
been the cause of a lot of wars in the past. So probably
no, it hasn't. It's been Christians killing everyone else.
Well, yeah.
Okay, that's the subject
because
of
they said
another
they didn't like
podcast. Probably not everyone here will be around then, so you can, yeah.
I'm an atheist.
We're into
but I'm not just an atheist.
I'm
I
a
hate
Buddhist.
atheists,
I love everyone.
and I hate Christians and all other religions.
I love everyone. Okay.
You're a Scientologist. Don't lie. We've all seen the book. We've all seen the letters. From Tom Cruise.
Fucking level 9,999. I'm almost there.
No, you've nearly ascended.
Yeah, I have.
Let's let Brandon talk about bunnies for a second. Okay.
Please let Brandon pull this thing back on track.
Yes, okay. It's not really the line to pull it back on track, is it? Because that line specifically isn't supposed to fit with the rest, because it's quite like a dark verse talking about like obviously the different layers to hell and like referencing like Dante's Inferno and stuff. So I just thought it'd be funny to end it on a lighter note to show that it is still just poking at it a little bit, and I'm not being overly edgy, and I'm just having a bit of a laugh still. Because at the end of the heart of the song,
we wanted it to be humorous as well. We didn't just want it to be like the shit that I'm spouting right now. Horrific, hateful nonsense.
Like, the verse is like so intense. It's like it's nice to then be like, don't get me started on the Easter Bunny. Like that's even worse than Father Christmas somehow.
He is.
Maybe he is. I don't know. The lore behind the Easter Bunny is it's complicated. Yeah. You spend a lot of time on the internet, you find out the deep terrors that thing is.
Those aren't chocolate eggs that kids are eating.
No, they're not. No, they're not.
They're bombs.
No, the shit eggs, Callum. That was a joke. They made a shit.
I know, but then I took it one step further and just went, they're bombs.
Oh, right, okay.
That was my joke.
I'm sorry, no tricks.
It's okay.
We went on. I keep
for
trying to
Callum.
derail everything. Yeah, for producing Callum. I'm so sorry, but Callum's around.
Sorry, Callum.
All right.
I started this trying to be serious.
I know.
Doing a really good answer.
You did a good job. You did a good job.
Thank you. Thank you.
We are actually spending a nice time. Well, if I think Matthew will go to your rant last, if you don't mind, because
it'll just keep spurting out all over everyone else,
and
if you're
then
not careful.
you will not notice that the recording is over, and you will still.
I'll still be going.
Yeah.
Still be spurting everywhere.
Yeah. But I'll just simply share my personal twist. I didn't do much lyrically in the song, right? Did I? I did. The chorus was straight from my heart. That's all I wanted to say. But no, it's like, to me, all I struggle with, first of all, is just like the anxiety each time when Christmas holidays are approaching. I feel the need to go ahead, buy gifts, and when it's something that I like, I'm already overwhelmed with lots of things, because I just can't live without like giving myself a huge task list every single day. If I cram gift shopping on top of it, that makes me even more anxious. Besides, like, it's also goes about like finance, like being able to actually afford buying lots of presents. But anyway, that's one side of it. But the other side of it is that, yeah, like I said in my little little reel that I made about the song with BPD, it's pretty often happens that you just tend to feel lonely quite often, no matter where you are and how you are. You still just get that like overwhelming feeling of loneliness. And when you get that, and you are like, you're supposed to be smiling, I don't know, that like puts so much pressure on me. And especially because I was living most of my life with a narcissist in my family that never wanted me to ever be sad. Actually, like any sort of emotion, like negative emotion that I would portray, would be met with hostility. So the every holiday was really worst thing ever, because I was always like approached with like, oh, you're like, it's a holiday, what the fuck are you sad about, and all that shit. And so I just fucking hate it. I don't want to be made to smile on a certain day. I'd rather like be able to smile whenever I want to, rather than like being obliged to be happy on this very day. So yeah, sorry, that was my little rant here. And over to Matthew.
Okay.
I had a good idea to add to that.
Oh yes, please.
Yeah, I think the thing that like underlies the entire song, to me at least, is to be accepting of other people. Like, when it comes to birthdays, you're allowed to celebrate them however you want. When it comes to Easter, people don't even know it exists and hate me. When it comes to, you know, like nearly any other time of year, it's like it's now becoming accepted that if you struggle being overwhelmed or you struggle in social situations, you can have your own way of celebrating it, like however you want. But when it comes to Christmas, it feels like there's this overwhelming pressure from society in general to conform to this sort of like, oh yeah, go around for this massive thing, pretend to be happy. You know, it's all about the kids. But if you don't have any kids, still pretend to be happy and all of this other stuff. And I think the underlying message of the entire song to me is that you're allowed to celebrate it in your own way, and however you feel on Christmas, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, it's just a day. But if you're a kid and you're listening to this podcast, it's all about you. Make sure you buy everything, make everyone's lives a living hell, because it doesn't last.
Nice.
What?
Happiness doesn't last. No, what I was saying is like,
I feel like you were shouting at me there. I got scared for a second, Callum. I was like, "What?"
All about you, Brandon. Make it last. No, I'm just saying, but like for kids, it's amazing, and it should always be magical for kids. And we like adults should strive to make Christmas a magical time of year for kids. But if you have an adult who is struggling at that time of year, you should be accepting, and it's fine to be an adult who is struggling, or teenager, or kid who is struggling at Christmas. No, that's my point.
Thank you, Callum.
That's cool. Cool. Now, Tricks, what do you want to do about
what?
The time?
I want you. Oh, but for those who don't understand, and no, I'm actually gonna fucking cut this.
No, keep this in.
Oh, I'm keeping this in. Yeah, we got
that decision now.
6 minutes until our what you call
Until
it?
we have to start a new
What-
Zoom
what-
meeting.
No. How you call it?
Countdown.
We'll be back
No,
after these
those
short
people that go
messages.
around with forks, like
Pitchforks.
Farmers,
yeah, farmers, but the other
Frankenstein's monsters, hunters.
no, what you call them? Peasants.
Yeah.
The peasant version of Zoom is expiring in 5 minutes, and so
That's
we'll
amazing.
need to reset. We will reset in 5 minutes, but
Yeah, that's fine.
before we do, you can start.
Right, first, I want to talk about religion.
Oh
Because I
my
would like to
Oh.
apologize.
Oh my
I would
God.
like to apologize to the people who are insulted about their religion. My issue is not
too late now.
necessarily with you.
Can
My
you rap?
issue,
Can you rap like quickly?
my issue is with everybody needing a set of rules on how to be a good human. I hate that. I despise that. You should know how to be a good human just from
You
your own
mean
moral
the
compass.
naughty and nice list?
No, who decides a naughty and nice list? Is it naughty to not do your homework? No.
Yes.
No, it's not.
Yes.
Because school has put that in place. And who's put those rules in place for school? Some idiots in charge because they feel like the teachers have to do more.
The
Not
government.
Anarchy.
Jesse.
Yeah. Jesse did it.
Yeah.
But yeah, anyway, so I just wanted to say, if you are religious, I do not necessarily have a problem with you. I just do not like religion in itself. I believe it is bad, but that also goes for atheists.
get
They
that.
all crowd around together and they're all like, oh, God doesn't exist, religion's stupid. I don't like those people either. So don't feel like I'm just singling you out. I just like people to make up their own minds and have an actual moral compass and not need to judge, be like judged or whatever.
Sorry.
Where do you
Yeah.
purchase these compasses from?
I don't know, but like Satanists are cool. That's
Okay.
Sacrificing lambs. It's okay.
no, they don't sacrifice lambs. People have got Satanism wrong.
I know. No, oh, you were being serious. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, no, Satanism is like it preaches you to look after, like just do what you believe and don't be evil to people and stuff. It's crazy. Watch this. I'm going to be sacrificed now by some Satanists.
Yeah.
Right. So should I talk about Christmas?
Yeah, how do you feel about Christmas?
Headline. FMA
What do I-
post-12
what-
Gage
which part
promotes
do you want?
Satanism.
I don't promote Satanism. I promote people to think for themselves, and it's just like Satanism gets a bad
That's
name.
Buddhism.
It's an aligned goal.
That's
is
Buddhism.
similar as well, yeah. It's
No,
finding
what?
yourself to an extent.
Buddhism is for thinking for yourself, yeah.
So Satanism.
Well, Buddhism is.
Oh, well, I may be wrong, but I need to go and do some more research. I just know that Satanism isn't like what
It's
everyone
not-
makes out it to be. Yeah, there you go. Because we got a Satanist in the group. Would you like to speak up, Brandon?
Yeah. No, that wasn't. I mean, Lucy's
All
not
right,
here
okay,
right
that's
now.
cool.
I'd
Right.
make it.
So where should I start with Christmas? I've only got 2 minutes 53 seconds left.
God.
You already started with the religion. Let's go.
On
Well,
the day of Christmas.
for a start, the religious aspect of it is stupid because no one really cares about that anymore, apart from Christians, and they're dying out. They are, because it's the old people who are Christians and we're trying to convert the young. Second of all, when you spend Christmas on your own, it's horrific. I've spent many Christmases on my own in rehab and without my son, because I couldn't spend Christmas with my son. So many Christmas days were spent on my own. Spending Christmas with people and being surrounded by people drinking is horrific. And being surrounded by people eating meat and just like frigging feasting on shit is just nonsense. The amount of shopping that goes up to Christmas Day is just stupid. There are freezers stocked full of just bollocks, actual bollocks, because that's what people eat on Christmas, bollocks. And it's just like, yeah, but it's just like you only eat certain meals at Christmas. You only do certain things at Christmas. And it's just a complete waste of time and resources, because like Christmas cards as well, who cares? Like no one. You're just cutting down trees just to send bits of card to people who are going to got a Christmas card from them. I have to send one back to, from, and that's it. There is no actual thought put into them. There's all the wrapping paper, which is absolutely wasted. There is all the frigging presents given to people who don't care, like socks and ties and jumpers and nonsense and stuff.
Hey,
There
that
is
socks
all...
get me through the year.
Oh, okay, well, I'll take
Take
back
that
what I
back
said
about
about
the
the socks.
socks.
I'm sorry about what
Just
I
the
said about the
socks.
socks.
That's all right.
But more than anything, it's people's reactions to you when you say, I don't like these things, and they treat you as if you're bad. If I don't want to put up decorations, people are like, for many years, my whole family was like, why are you not putting up decorations? Like, I can't believe you're not doing that. And all sorts of stuff. No tricks. Did I do this while you were talking?
No, sorry.
Thank you. Am I allowed to carry on?
Yes.
You
But
may.
why'd you even take it away?
Because I found out how to take it away.
Right, okay, that's fine. No, but where were I up to? Yeah, so there's all those terrible, terrible, terrible things. And the worst thing is that people just don't accept that you don't want to do things the way they want to do things. And if you don't want to send Christmas cards, they're upset with you. If you don't want to buy lots of presents, they're upset with you. Even if you tell those people, please don't buy me any presents. I don't want to celebrate Christmas. I don't like it. They're upset with you. They're upset with you if you don't want to go around. They're upset with you if you don't do certain things in a certain way for your child. They just get upset all of the time. And it's just very, very frustrating and very, very unfair and a very, very selfish time of year, even though it's meant to be about giving. But like Callum did say, Christmas has one upside, and I think it's an absolutely amazing upside for little kids, like those like below 10 or maybe a bit higher. It's absolutely magical. The excitement that they feel on Christmas Eve when they know that Santa's coming, and that excitement that they feel in the morning when there's wrapped presents and stuff, that's comparable to none. And that for that, like Christmas is really, really beautiful, and it's a really amazing time of year. And just see absolute children just want to explode at that time of year. I think we're trying to secretly like get them to like pop. But yeah, Callum on Christmas was amazing, and every single little kid that I've spent little Christmas with, not that I spent Christmas with just little kids. I mean, as part of families, like my stepkids and things, they've all like proper had amazing Christmases, and it's always been amazing to just spend Christmas with them because they find it so amazing and so magical, and it like really, really, truly is magical. But for the rest of the people, the grown-ups, it's just absolute nonsense. Everybody's trying to think of how they can get as much money out of people as possible. That's the whole purpose of Christmas now. It's not about this goodwill. It's not about this giving. It's about squeezing the public for as much as possible. And that's the whole reasoning behind it. And that's why I hate it, because it's just unfair to so many people. There's people on the streets who can't spend time with anyone. There's people in rehab, there's people in hospital, there's old people with no family, there's all sorts of people. And why not for Christmas? Why not for a change? Just go out and spend some time with someone who's lonely, or just spend 5 minutes just talking to someone or helping someone or doing something for someone. That's what Christmas should be about. It shouldn't be about all this, oh, I give you money, you give me something for me to give someone who's not going to appreciate it. That's not what Christmas should be about. Baby Jesus, he's turning in his grave right now.
But he died. He didn't die a baby.
He did. Have you not seen the real version of Christmas?
What, the crucified a baby?
Yeah. Jesus Christ was a baby.
Jesus Christ.
That one out.
When he died, he became a baby again.
the cycle.
Yeah.
So he didn't have like Benjamin Button disease, and he was just like he came out.
What do you think Benjamin Button's based on?
Jesus, it all makes sense now.
Yeah, Jesus. It all makes sense.
Exactly.
Yeah. So yeah, those are my reasons for it. I've got many, 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 many reasons, but at its core, that's what it is. It's just because it's about corporate greed, like absolute horrific greed. But like another really amazing thing that I did at Christmas was go around to a friend's house, like, and she'd made like loads of food for people to come round and stuff. And it was just really nice that she'd like welcomed everyone into her home. And it wasn't even a Christmas meal. It was just like around Christmas that she just wanted everyone to get together because she wanted to be with her friends. And that was really, really lovely as well. There weren't any gifts or anything. It was just like, please come round to my house. I've made some food. Let's eat together. And there was no expectation or anything of you. You just went round and you spent time with friends. And that's what's really, really cool about it. But the thing about that is you can do that at any time of the year. Why are we being told to do it at this time of the year?
Yeah, that's like a big thing. Like when we were originally writing this song, I remember my verse was longer, as they typically are. And I'd kind of went off on like tons of like capitalism, tons of stuff like that. And I remember it like in hindsight, looking at my earlier verse to this verse, I think it means a lot more that it's still like there is that joy in this version of it, because the original verse was literally me just going like, isn't this shit? Isn't that shit? Isn't this shit? And it's like, if you're already feeling shit, you don't want to hear a guy telling you about other reasons you should feel like shit. But I remember like writing something where it was like, you should give someone a present because you want to, not because a company told you to. Something like that. And that's how I kind of feel. It's like there's so much pressure that's applied to just everyone every day at Christmas. And it isn't even at Christmas anymore. It's like the second Halloween ends. It's like every shop is like, right, get out the spiders, get out the skeletons. We've got to remind everyone right now.
What, after Halloween's ended?
Pretty much, you do see
Yeah.
that, yeah. Like
Yeah.
some major stores.
Oh, right. You mean get them out of the shop, not get them out to display.
Yeah, those poor skeletons.
Yeah.
What did they
Well,
do?
it's like, to me, it's as like a very stressed person at the best of times and incredibly stressed at the worst of times. Like this time of year, it's just like constant reinforcing of stress. And then it like gets to these points where it's like we all say that like Christmas is for the kids and it's really magical. And it's like, oh yeah, it is. But you've got a bunch of adults who have spent the past month worrying about money, bills, presents, how to get wherever, where to go, like how to get to work on a certain day. Are they going to have to work extra shifts to be able to afford all this crap? And then you put them in a room with family members that they may not agree with, fuel them with alcohol typically, and a crap ton of food, and like just watch them blow up while kids are playing with toys. And that to me is like, right, that's not spending time with your family and people that you love and being like, oh, I love being around you. That's like putting a bunch of like highly combustible elements in a kettle and then chucking it at a wall.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh yeah, we're wondering why there's a massive fight every Christmas. We're wondering why there's this. And like us being the NDC, it's like with the amount of people who have never been diagnosed with like mental, neurodiversities and stuff like that. It's like no wonder there are people who feel overwhelmed, burnt out, all of this stuff around Christmas. It's like an entire month of like buy the right thing, buy the best thing, do this, do that, and it just becomes this like melting pot to me of just like stress and like, oh God, the day's finally over.
Yeah. And just to clarify, the only people I buy presents for are little kids, like my relatives and stuff. They're the only people who get anything from it. Just so then people don't think I'm going around buying presents for everyone or giving cards to anyone. Because I hate that.
I don't think I get anything.
And if I do give a present to someone, it's normally made. I like making things.
Yeah, Etsy's kind of cool for that. I guess if like the financial burden isn't as heavy and you can get presents and you do want to, and the thought is behind it from your own personal reasons. Stuff like Etsy's cool for that when you're getting
Yes.
gifts and you're supporting people who are trying to do the hobbies and things that they love. Like if ever I get gifts, it's either like you say, crafted myself or Etsy or things like that.
Yeah.
Try to anyway.
Yeah, it's just cooler than just getting something stuck in a box.
I got one of my friends a little octopus last year, but it's got the rock's head, so it's a rocktopus. It's the best.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody in Etsy creates them. They're fucking sick.
Nice.
They also do a Nicolas Cage one, which I discovered not long after, but I felt like a octopus. It flows off the tongue.
Cool. How do you find Christmas Day, Brandon?
It's mixed. Like, at the end of the day, I do love my family, and I don't always get to see them as much as I should. So there is that aspect, which is nice. But then there is all the stuff that you mentioned as well. I think I'm quite fortunate in some aspects that it's not as chaotic as, how Christmas generally is for the vast majority of people. I think that came from obviously my parents like divorcing when I was quite a young age, so there was quite a set cycle that was set in place from when I was like younger, and it's just grown into more family tradition where we just look forward to it because I get to see my granddad and my uncles on one side, get to see my dad and my granddad and my uncle on the other, people that I don't necessarily get to see very often, and especially on my mum's side, my two little nephews, so it's still really special for them. So there is still that like magical aspect when I'm there and I see them and their faces light up when we go around to Nan's, and like they're just like tearing presents apart, like looking, I don't know, velociraptors. Like that's really sweet to see.
Yeah.
So I think it comes down to that. I think when it gets to the point where they're grown up and they don't care for it the same, that magic goes. But as long as you do want to see your family and spend time with them, it's okay. I mean, I've been in positions in the past where I've been depressed and miserable, and I've missed Christmas entirely. That was a couple of years ago. And I just spent the entire time in my room. I felt miserable when I was already feeling pretty crap, and it absolutely enhanced it. That day was fucking awful, and I just sat in my room and locked myself away from everything, and I just hid away and hibernated, and that's what makes it so distinct. I've seen like both sides of the string, so to speak. And I am neutral in some parts. There's things which are just outright not okay with Christmas. There are things which are beautiful. I think it's a fair assessment to make, But yeah, it's ups and downs in it. I just prefer it to just move on and be done with. And crack on, to be honest. Now at this point, I'm like, and the Christmas music.
It's horrible.
Get whammed every year, and it's like that's not even the worst one. I don't know why Wham gets picked on the most. There are far worse Christmas songs.
I think.
I hear all the Michael Bublé and all the new ones are just people croning and just doing
his best Sinatra impression.
It's just like, what the hell are you doing? You're just cashing in.
Christmas.
Yeah.
Do you think they get him a freezer every year? They just defrost him.
I don't know. It's just stupid. Because there's no joy in the songs either. They're just
soulless, isn't it? Yeah. Which is quite contradictory to the fact that Christmas is supposed to probably be about the soul.
And it is.
It just feels like a hollow imitation money grab sometimes, which is a bit sad.
Nice muscles, Callum. Is that what you're doing? Oh no, you got your finger up. Oh, he's good. Sorry, thought he was pausing.
But thanks for that, Dad. My dad noticed my muscles.
I don't feel comfortable with this.
No, I don't feel comfortable, Callum. Bye.
Leave the Zoom call. It's just me and the audience now.
Look at this.
I was going to suggest an idea because
we're still here, Callum. It's not just you and the audience anymore.
Yeah, no, it always has been in Callum's head.
That's it.
I just wanted to suggest something, audience.
Suggest something. No,
I hear you scream.
No, I was going to think, because we have talked for quite a while about what we don't like about Christmas, and we've mentioned some aspects that we do like. But I think something really nice that we could do is for those people who do find this and do listen to this and are alone on Christmas, if we can think of anything that would help them.
Your muscles.
Yeah, I agree.
Oh
yeah.
In my head, it's a stadium and they're all screaming.
I will add SFX. Don't worry. There will be.
Wow.
Thanks.
Cool. I don't know. What do you suggest, Callum?
Well, I'll start it, seeing as I
ASMR.
thought ASMR. No, what I was gonna say is like, if you're alone on Christmas and genuinely alone, and that's awful, and I'm incredibly lucky that I've never really experienced that. I've always had family to go to, as frustrating as some of those Christmases were. I was still surrounded by people. But if you are alone on Christmas, what I would suggest doing is just spending a day with yourself and being kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Like, if there's like your favorite movie, watch it. If there's something you've always wanted to watch, watch it. If you've got a favorite game, play it.
Yeah,
If you
that's what got me through
yeah,
when I was alone. It was like
Take a
find the
bath.
things that are important and
yeah,
like do the things that I love doing.
yeah. Because
Yeah.
it's like, regardless, if everyone is telling you that that day is about being kind to people and all you've got on that day is you, then be kind to yourself. And
Yeah.
that's what I'd say.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, fully. Self-love day,
Yeah,
mental health.
masturbation day.
If you want, the sky's the limit, really. You're already on the naughty list at that point, so why don't you make it an extra naughty list?
Oh!
Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, just do things that are happy because it's easy to get lost in the sadness and what the crap
Yeah.
is on TV. But just
Yeah.
watch this over and over again. Look at Callum's muscles.
Yeah, yeah.
Get some inspiration.
It's gonna be the most replayed bit on YouTube. You know, where there's a spike. It's just Callum going, yeah. Can we like do one of them meme inflations where we make his chest really like massive?
Yeah. No, he can do that himself.
Hold on. I'm just gonna pump the thing. Just wait.
You do the Terry Crews thing where you make it.
I can't do that yet. That is my New Year's goal.
Okay.
Oh, that's another thing. Does anyone have anything for New Year's? Like any goals for New Year's?
Shut up, Callum.
I'll go then.
Get
to the
healthy
audience.
again.
I don't know. Go on, lead the
Get
charge.
healthy again. That was mine.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Mine's very similar. I just thought it's kind of a nice thing because I feel like it's a piece of advice for a lot of people. Because when the new year hits, I think a crap ton of people go to the extreme. Like, next year I'm going to get fit. Next year I'm going to get ripped. Next year I'm going to do this or that, or I'm going to eat healthy, or I'm going to quit smoking, or I'm going to quit drinking for a year. And through experience, when you go to an extreme like that, you're setting yourself up for failure from the very onset because you're not implementing a healthy change. You're saying that if you slip up, you've already failed. So, like last year, what my goal was at New Year's was to put on 2 stone of muscle. That is virtually impossible unless I eat.
Where were you going to put it, Callum?
I know. I was just like,
just keep it in a cupboard.
I don't know. I was just like, I can do this. I can do this. It's fine. I'm just going to work out really hard and eat a crap ton.
Yeah.
But what I learned was that because that ended up like failing the second I attempted it. Like, I was like, I don't like
muscles instantaneously. What do you mean? I've done one workout.
But it's that thing where it's like, you give yourself these monumental things because it's like, oh yeah, I can do that. But it's like, if I would have got to the end of this year, and I've put on a stone, that still isn't the goal. So to me, that's still failure. But what I think a really good thing, which I'm going to try doing this year, is I've just told myself that I'm going to work on getting rid of bad habits. And that's the goal. It doesn't matter what they are. It could be like, because it's like, if like, I don't know, it's like I struggle eating breakfast consistently. And if I can consistently eat breakfast for a month, that's a win. If I can, do X, Y, Z for a period of time, that's a win. And I think that's a really good thing. Like, for anyone who's struggling being alone on Christmas or anything like that, like, one thing that you could start doing is like looking for places to volunteer, looking for things to do, looking for things to occupy your time, because then you could find a group of people that when next Christmas comes around, you could all go and celebrate Christmas, or you could do something. And there are little things that you can do that lead to
that's one thing we haven't touched on, Callum: social media and how damaging that is at Christmas. Everybody putting their perfect lives thing. So no, I would just like for the people alone, like don't look at social media. Don't spend your time looking at what the impressions of the people want you to have of what they're doing on Christmas, because their Christmases are not going to be perfect. They're just putting up an illusion for you to look at and feel jealous about to make themselves feel good. So try and stay off social media. Yeah. And just look at Callum's muscles. I weren't your dad, Callum.
That's what made Austin spill his eggnog everywhere.
I'd hit him. That was the final
You
bit.
saw your muscles and all of it just.
That's not eggnog, Callum. That's not eggnog.
That's not milk or eggnog.
You can't see because they're still framed, but it's actually shooting.
Yeah. I thought it was coming out of his mouth. It was that intense. Like imploded. But yeah, no tricks. Have you got anything to say about Callum's muscles? Ah, that's amazing. But yeah, I don't know. No tricks. You're in charge of this, so how do you feel?
Yeah, no, I think we wrapped it up really well. If anyone wants to make an outro speech, be my guest.
Go on.
I hate outro
Go on.
and intro speeches.
Who votes for no tricks to do the outro speech?
The fuck?
Oh,
Callum, you did it wrong.
You don't want to do it.
A little bit higher into the shot, Callum.
Okay. Do I have to do?
I'm partial.
Okay.
You're impartial.
Yeah,
okay.
I'm impartial.
Yeah, I feel no tricks. You should wrap everything up. You started everything.
Oh my
I do agree.
And also, before you wrap
okay
everything up, I would just like to say a super, super special thank you to James Kahn for guest appearing on this song. It was an honor for him to come down to the studio and record with us. It's always an honor to work with James.
I can't believe he charges.
I know you've. Yeah, okay. Don't talk about that, Callum. He doesn't want us to mention that. No, Callum, he didn't want us. That was part of the NDA. Please. Okay. Just let no tricks. Just say thank you to James. Thank you, James.
It was just so much money.
James.
Okay.
Why I hate Christmas. I can't afford anything now because of James.
Okay. No
yeah, just for every rapper who's listening to this episode right now, they need to know that if they need to contact James Kahn for features, they can do it through us. I'm happy to facilitate. He's not very easy to reach out to.
Work with.
Yeah, no, he's easy to work with. Anyway,
you give him a line and he goes off and
my little interlude about Callum, your brew, please.
Yes.
This is getting a bit awkward because closer. You need to
my brew.
Yeah. Okay. So, if you're watching this and you like hearing, please consider.
Hold on, no tricks.
Joining the Neurodivergent Crew army.
Hold on, you're gonna have to do your outro again in a second. Just wait. Are you in place?
I'm done.
No, you didn't. Callum was talking over you.
I think that outro was perfect.
I don't think. I feel
a combination of chaos.
I feel you need to do one more, no tricks.
No.
Yeah, I feel one more. Callum, let no tricks do. We need to end seriously. That would be good.
No, it should just end really abruptly. I think that's much funnier. Like, it just goes like right now.
No, because then you're not giving people a run up to the ending.
Okay. So first of all, yes, thank you for listening to this. If you made it thus far, you are amazing, and we're happy to be part of your holidays, and it's actually an honor to us. Also, if you want to buy a cup for weightlifting,
not at Christmas.
Can you please rotate it, Callum? Callum, you need to rotate.
We're not trying to sell people things, not now.
We're not trying to sell anything to people.
Irony.
Not at all.
The irony is not wasted.
We're not selling. Don't buy anything.
I'm not selling anything. I'm just like.
I'm telling them not to buy anything from us.
The whole point of like we were against Christmas on this like market greed. I'm like, buy the merchandise.
Yeah, all right.
Buy milk. Get milk.
Buy the milk.
I'm just gonna die poor.
Let's everybody let Nortrix do the outro. Callum. Let's all sit still. Let's all look at the
No,
camera.
no,
Let's all
no,
be
no
serious.
corporate outros. Anyway, yes, please.
You're doing the outro.
Yes, I'm doing the outro.
Go on.
If you made it thus far into this little podcast of ours, we are honored to be part of your Christmas holidays. It's been actually very nice to be. Oh my God, I suck at outros. Anyway, we actually appreciate you as a listener, and we actually appreciate you as part of our Neurodivergent Crew army. And I really hope you are taking
see-
it easy and
Christmas
finding a
rabbit!
way to cope with your mental health issues.
Why have you got your hand up his arse, Callum?
I hope we helped a little bit, and I really, really, really hope that you're gonna have a really nice year ahead. And I hate Christmas, and I hate doing our outros.
Yes.
You so much
Thank you for watching this far. We salute you for your service. Everyone. You need to go and press a off button now, Notrix.
No, I'm not doing it. Freeze!